What's up, everybody? My name's Chris Marshall with my boy Frank G. We are the hosts of Build Your Empire podcast. And Frank G, what's good?
Not much, man. Just got finished watching the Michael Jordan documentary. I know everyone caught that yesterday. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it's like you almost knew that was going to be my comment. I did watch that yesterday as well. Everybody's talking about it. The ratings. How many people do you think viewed that yesterday?
200 million.
200 million. That is outrageous. You're telling me you think two-thirds of America watched that yesterday?
Just a random speculation.
Okay, is that your final answer?
Yeah, I mean, if you know, you might as well tell me. I'm not.
The answer would be about 6.1 million. That's
Hmm.
why I was very shocked when you say 200 million. I mean, there's only about 350 or 60 million in the US total, and that's not even accounting who,
I'm
our
gonna
teams.
assume people potentially like Europe and all that was also watching it, but
I guess, but I don't think the Nielsen ratings account for that, and I don't think it would be airing in other countries. It's ESPN and Disney, which is American owned. I don't know. I don't know. I just know the ratings was 6.1, which was the highest ratings of a sports documentary ever. I believe the
makes sense.
second.
Everyone's home.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this wasn't supposed to be aired up until I think it was July was the air date. Um, Makes sense. Obviously, they're gonna push that or move that forward while everybody is home.
Yeah, I mean, smart move on them. But they come out with 2 episodes, I guess, in one day, or maybe I'm a week late.
Yeah, it's two episodes per week, I believe. There's going to be 10 in total. Very interesting. We both were 7, 8 years old at the time. So, I didn't watch sports for what it was. I remember the Yankees. I remember going to Yankee games, and I guess maybe I was more into baseball, and it was New York, so the allure was just greater. I just don't remember Michael Jordan and the Bulls like that.
Were you into basketball back then? I mean, I guess we were pretty young.
I believe I was. I was into sports, but like I have not one memory of watching 1990s basketball. I just don't. I have memories of watching the 96 and 98 Yankees, but not basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I got into basketball late. I mean, it's not a
The
sport I watch
Lakers.
every
I think
time,
I
but
think like the Lakers dynasty is what caught me.
yeah, I mean, I had a cousin that watched and was like a huge Jordan fan, so I've seen him play, but yeah, I mean, I just remember the picture being terrible. Can't really remember much past that.
Yeah, now I'm a huge basketball fan. Very big basketball fan. I'm a huge LeBron fan. So I was always a LeBron over Kobe type guy. Now you have the argument who's better, Michael or uh, LeBron. And to me, these arguments are so stupid and silly. It's the same as political arguments. There's no right or wrong answer. It's subjective. And at the end of the day, it seems to be what storyline do you prefer more? And that's the best one because they're both. I mean, talent wise, are great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm there. I guess the argument is a lot of off of statistics. They break numbers into it, yada yada. Obviously, each individual has their own personality, ability to build a team different ways, different times, affecting
But the statistic always comes down to like championships. Oh, one guy went 6 for 6, and one guy went
championships,
to the finals.
MVPs. Yeah,
Yeah, well, I think LeBron has more MVPs and more. Pretty much, statistically, he's better in every facet. However, he did play much longer, and he's still playing. I think Michael Jordan played 13 seasons. LeBron currently is in season 17.
yeah. It's also crazy the press Michael Jordan bring. I mean, he was loved by everyone. I mean, there was not one question about which if you didn't know basketball what at all, you knew Michael Jordan. I mean, he was just this came to the league and was just such a different player. It was known by everyone. So he
I mean,
changed a lot, but I could see him like touching a lot of people more. But LeBron is also the man. I mean, I'm obviously a LeBron fan as well.
I'm a LeBron fan. I'm going to choose LeBron over Jordan. And in fact, I think LeBron over time, when LeBron is 60 years old, is even going to have a higher net worth than Jordan. And that is a very interesting debate in which we can carry over.
Well, I guess because in time as well, people got less back then in the '90s as
Well,
contracts.
not only that, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking, Michael Jordan, I believe, is worth $2.1 billion, and LeBron James has a net worth of half a billion. So he's got quite a ways to go, and the reason for that clearly is Jordan and the Jordan brand. Now,
Yeah, of
LeBron,
course.
excuse me, LeBron is going to come nowhere near creating the Jordan brand from an athletic shoe wear or apparel wear. However, LeBron has investments in a multitude of various areas, such as media conglomerates and investment teams and food chains, along with apparel. So I think when it's all said and done, his portfolio is going to certainly uh, increase, I think, higher than Michael's.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know people are still dying and buying Jordans off the streets from resellers for thousands of dollars. Obviously,
It's insane. That market's absolutely insane.
yeah. I mean, you could be a sneakerhead and make your yearly paycheck probably just fine. But I mean, obviously he has that going for him with the sneakers and whatnot. But LeBron is way. I mean, he's more in. I think he has a better like personality that reacts to people better. I mean,
Yes.
he's
Yeah.
got a lot of businesses. I mean, he could take. He's a super humble guy. I mean, he's very professional. I don't know Jordan. I don't know. Jordan doesn't come on the mic or really speak in front of everyone anymore. I think he's just behind
Well,
the scenes Jordan guy.
he's becoming more into the public as of recent, and his attitude supposedly is changing from when he was younger. But you're right.
Yeah,
LeBron, Le, first off, LeBron has had media press on him as being the greatest ever since he was 17 years old, coming from poverty and like a broken home. The fact that you can manage that is unreal.
yeah. Clearly a resilient guy. They've both done great things, but
Clearly, but I just look at LeBron in a different light. I mean, if my buddy at work here was here, he'll definitely call me a loser. But I'm just a big LeBron guy. I mean, my list of five, LeBron I think was like number two.
yeah, I mean, if you're thinking it's hard to even say when you're thinking in an aspect of business because obviously Jordan is super successful. But I guess LeBron's more in your like
I guess
relevant in
not
your
business,
face.
more of a role model slash
Yeah,
business works too.
yeah. But LeBron is, I mean, currently just doing, I guess, way more. I mean, yeah, LeBron's a great guy. I mean, he's still killing it.
Yep.
Unfortunately for him, we can't watch him right now and
Tell you
us.
what, though, me watching LeBron and Kobe certainly has been a treat. It's very interesting now being 28 years old and being older and looking at people who are like younger than you, but they you they like looking at a 23-year-old athlete or looking at Zion Williams, who's currently like 18. I'm looking at him like he's 45 and I need to take lessons from him. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
I'm
just
significantly older.
you're older than him. Yeah, they a lot of players seem older though. I don't know if it's the way they present themselves. I don't, they're already ahead in life with where they want to be with goal wise and revenue income. So I mean, obviously, if you love the game, they're chilling. But yeah,
I
they always
mean,
look
it's
older.
always for the love of the game. Everything you do should be for the love of the game. It's what we do.
Some people aren't. I mean, some people like to get their money.
Yeah, that's like Carmelo. We spoke about
Yep,
that. Carmelo
yep.
is about his
I
bag,
was
but
waiting for you to bring them
I'm
up.
not,
Yep,
I'm not, uh, I don't feel bad for people trying to get their money too. Like I
of
get that.
course.
But But then again, I mean, if you're trying to leave an impact or if you're trying to have everlasting revenue flow, maybe for generational wealth, you have to do something more in a intelligent matter that's going to be for future.
Yeah, I mean, say something positive to the people. I mean, or that the people could listen to anyway. That's what I mean. But
Yeah, I mean, you just have to offer something, I guess, more than a basketball skill, or whatever
if
it
you want to
is.
keep making revenue, I guess, and whatnot when you're done. But
Yeah, well, which is what you're seeing everybody currently do with the state of digital media as to what it is now. Which did you happen to get my snap?
I'm not sure which one we're speaking of.
That we're finally located on iTunes now.
Oh
Check it.
yes, the snap. That snap.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting that we are now essentially available and distributed on all major outlets and platforms hosting Build Your Empire podcast.
Congratulations. It's a good feeling. We applied for that the other night. They responded pretty quickly.
Yeah, we should be up there very shortly, and that is it. Now we just got to do more of a makeover, bring structure to the show, in which Michael Jordan probably would be a good episode to discuss his empire. That would certainly be
Certainly.
smart.
Not even sure when we were discussing if we mentioned it, but yeah, clearly
I
that's a
don't think
great
we
one.
did, but that was very silly of us.
Yeah, I'm just
uh,
thinking, how do we not mention Michael Jordan? But
I
yeah,
don't know because we were talking about LeBron James.
yeah, yeah. Kobe, Shaq. We were speaking about all of them.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Um, and yeah, that show is going to take on a whole new show of its own. Um, the energy levels too. It's weird on the weekday doing this day to day is difficult, but or the weekend rather, the weekday. I don't know, man. It's much more energy, much more. I guess because I have a routine on the weekday.
Yeah, I mean, I get your brain's already working. You're not just kind of relaxing weekend
Yeah,
wise.
I had like five topics to talk about before we even came on here, and then naturally we spoke about MJ, which that flew very nicely.
Yeah, I mean, something that 6 million people have seen in one night, and that
Makes
was
sense. You talk about it.
absolutely, yeah, of course. And I think it in 1 hour, 24 hours. Yep, makes sense. Pretty
Yeah.
interesting how everything like that's kind of moved up. People that are fortunate to have things already recorded that will air like that. I mean, I guess good for them. I mean, all movies are being, paused. Nothing's being done that way.
Well, no, that's very interesting, man. They've been working on this for 4 or 5 years. It's crazy the amount of time and the footage that's gathered to make this documentary. If you looked
I,
into it.
yeah, I mean, I could imagine. I'm assuming it's also different formatting. I don't know, from '90s
Well,
video cameras and all that.
what? Yeah, but did you hear what happened? Do you know who Adam Silver is?
I don't think so. It doesn't sound familiar.
He's the commissioner of the NBA right now,
Oh, yeah,
who is
okay.
absolutely amazing at his job. But at back then he was like in charge of marketing talent in the NBA operations. So that year, 1998 or 97, he asked Michael Jordan if under his watch, whatever he says, could we put media on you during the entire season at all times and hold it for when you let us know we can leak it? And that's exactly what he did. He agreed to have media coverage follow him for the entire year, the team and him, and under his supervision will it then be leaked, which is why this documentary is so important because they have that footage from 20 years ago that is now not being revealed until now.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Um,
Also genius by Adam Silver.
for thinking of this that long ago.
Correct. And that is essentially so it's funny actually now that I think about it. Today, before we talked about this, I was gonna say let's do an episode titled like a letter to our child, right? Or a conversation about our future wife, right?
Mm,
Because essentially what we're doing is we're discussing it and then we're putting it out there, and then whatever happens we have the tangibility of the substance and content which is in perpetuity way more valuable than us talking right now, putting it on YouTube and not having listens.
Unfortunately, a little bit you cut out in there. I mean, but I understood some of it.
Oh,
Uh,
that's unfortunate because that was great.
yeah, no, I heard a lot. I heard a good amount of it. But I do agree with you. Obviously, from I mean, business standpoint, genius. But I'm assuming a lot of players would have video on them like that.
I don't think so. My sign out message though is if you film yourself at all times, for some reason, I just believe you make money off it.
Yeah, a lot of silly things go viral. You just never know. Take your shot.